Hey everyone, what's up and welcome. Today we're going to be breaking down how a lowered ranked Spider-Man thinks while he is playing Marvel Rivals. I wanted to give you all a very intimate experience, a very first person perspective on how I make decisions while I'm playing a game. I have a couple of games and rounds that I want to go through. To give you a bit of background and perspective on me as a player, I am completely new to the hero shooter genre. I've actually never played a hero shooter before. Starting off, I was very attracted to the character Spider-Man. I found them to be the most interesting, and he is my favorite superhero. His kit is also extremely flashy and fun, but it is also punishing and difficult at the same time. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't have an extremely difficult time, and to be fair, a rough experience with Spider-Man at the start of my playtime. But 40 hours in, there's a bunch of things that I've learned, just combos and really play style that I've started to implement into my games, and I wanted to share those perspectives and tips with you guys today. So we're going to be watching back, like I said, a couple of my VODs, and I wanted to give you guys play-by-play as to what I was thinking that led me to the decisions behind each of the actions I took, some of which have none. So yeah, let's get into it and we'll get started. One thing I wanted to get into before we start watching this game we're about to go through, the team up ability that I chose to go with here. I have a friend, I was partied up with a couple of homies here, and he's pretty good on Venom. And Venom is probably the #1 character you could team up with as Spider-Man, not only because you have the symbiote team up ability, but because Venom is able to dive equally as hard as Spider-Man. I feel like when you have a stranger in your team and you're not able to be very effective as Spider-Man, you don't have anybody to really, initiate in the back line and pull people's attention away from Spider-Man, because that's where Spider-Man's biggest weakness is, when everyone is looking at him. So Venom is really good, obviously because you get the team up. He could dive equally as hard and get out just as easy, but Hulk is another great pick. Hulk can jump in and divert people's attention away while Spider-Man goes in for that nuclear damage. This can be accomplished with Venom or Hulk, but also a couple of other DPS characters. I think Magic and some other like brawlier characters who can really get in there and start punishing the backline with you and diverting people's attention. That is the biggest thing. Magic has a lot more sustain when it comes to our health than Spider-Man does. But let's get into this first bit here. I do a nice rollout. I don't know if you guys knew this on Tokyo 2099, but it is a very good way to get to the other side of the map within, what was that, like 5 seconds? Once again, if you come out of your spawn and you look up, you want to grab the top right portion of this building. You get a nice roundabout swing. And when you hit about here, you're in line with the far building. You want to hit an uppercut, and it'll take you right between the rock that is on the right side of Spider-Man and the building that is on the left side, and you'll glide right through. From here, you can hit a nice little sticky into a bunny hop. You're posted up. Now, one of the things I like to do most off the start of a game in Tokyo 2099 is a pull-off with Spider-Man. Directly to the left of the enemy spawn here, if I go set up, is a very free way to get picks. I think not enough Spider-Mans take advantage of his little pull-off ability. And that's because it's one click of a button and people could die if you know how to take advantage of the map. And so right here, I set up, I break some of the fence lines so nothing gets in the way, and I wait for them to run out. Now, one thing you want to be careful of here when you do set up this pull-off is that you want to make sure you don't burn your double jump. The death barrier from off the map is extremely high here, so you have to make sure you're staying up or you will die. So we have the enemies run out. I hit my jump off the map. I go for a web sling on Magneto. It's probably better to go for a tank who doesn't have some form of mobility, because unlike Magneto, Thor has a dash, and we accidentally stick the Thor here. It's very in the clear to pull him off the map. We yoink him. It pulls him all the way through. I hit a quick web sling off the top here, which will swing me way up. Thor goes right past me, but unfortunately I think he dashes and it ends up saving him. So we don't quite get the pick here, but it is a great way to keep the enemies on their toes. It split them up a little bit right there. It's kind of just harmless to go for such a free pick like that, because if you do get it, the payoff is huge. And so off the start of this game, I'm now playing height. I'm pretty sure Thor comes up here with me. I kind of don't really want to engage with him just because I'm like, he's not someone I can personally just absolutely destroy and deal with right now. So I want him to just go away. I kind of swing up, he ends up jumping off, and everything is cool. Now, off the start of this game, I'm trying to prioritize who I'm going to pick here. And immediately I notice there's a Mantis and the Cloak in the back line. Now, ideally here, I'm kind of waiting on my Venom to make a call. I'm waiting on the Venom to be like, I'm going in. I'm going to divert attention for you, and then this way I can go in and try to make some magic happen. And I'm pretty sure my teammate does give me the calm here, and so I drop down, I whiff a couple stickies. It's okay. I land on this mantis. She isn't expecting me. As soon as I stick her, I know that I made a lot of noise with my sticky, so I instantly go for the pull-in. I go for pull-in, uppercut. I hit a symbiote, and I know she's pretty weak, so I go for a quick sticky here and an uppercut, and I get the pick. I'm gonna rewind that one more time just because I'm pretty sure it framed up a little bit. Sticky, uppercut, we get the pick. The moment I get that, there's no reason for me to stick around. My Venom, I'm pretty sure, is still in the heat of the battle, but he has his shield and he has his grapple and he's able to get out as well. So ideally, I swing, I get out, I retake height, and immediately I'm looking to see what the next priority targeting is going to be. They do switch to an Amor here, which is funny because they've been punished by Spider-Man already. He's probably the most effective way to deal with him. But immediately, I get a calm from my teammate here, and he says, Hela is one shot. Spider-Man is easy. He is AoE with his uppercut, and so it's extremely easy to do mass amounts of damage in very short periods of time. I see the Hela, I hear the one-shot call. I don't even need to sticky her, and I don't even need to use the pull-in. I dash straight at her with my mobility, and I hit an uppercut, and boom, she's out of there. Moment I get that, no reason to stick around once again. We're back, we're out of there. This is just a cool showcase of how swingy Spider-Man can get. The building breaks and ends up spinning me around more than I thought it was going to. And this is where I make my first mistake, which I'm gonna show because I think it's a good learning point. I mess up my web sling and I don't have high ground. And a part of me said, I think I could exist down here. Like, I'm kind of sneaky. No one really sees me. I only have 158 health still, but I'm like, I think I could exist. And that's always the biggest mistake of Spider-Man. You want to be on the walls. You want to be on high ground. You want to be out of people's line of sight, because a lot of people just don't look up in this game. And it cost me my life. I'm running around here. Someone tries to heal me. Cloak immediately sees me, and she just basically, you know, beams me down with her ability that honestly she barely even needs to aim. So it cost me my life. That's my first pick. Luckily, I got Rocket Raccoon rest, and I'm right on height where I should have been, so we're right back in the fight. I swing back in, I take height back over this team here, and immediately I see my Venom getting back in there. Now, he is on the tanks, and this is where I feel like I could have made a bit of a different decision. He's got the attention of Cloak, who is probably the most anti-dive healer on their team. Mantis has the sleep, but she actually has to hit it. So she has the attention of the Cloak and the Magneto. But because I see Venom is low, he does have a shield ability. I kind of just dash in there to break this up with an uppercut. It kind of staggers everyone. It allows him to get out if he needed to get out. But ideally, I should have had trust that he would have been able to just swing right out. And I probably should have went for the Hela or the Mantis, who was in backline, who didn't really have a whole lot of support backing them up. Venom took the attention away, and that's when Spider-Man is going to thrive the most. I should have went for them. But I retake height again, and immediately I re-engage for them. So I see Hela, we see Namor over there, he's got Rocket Raccoon, but Hela is completely isolated. She's kind of out of position here, and let's see if I capitalize. I do not. I get absolutely diced up, and this is the pain points of Spider-Man. Like I said, this is just to show off everything that I experience and how I play. It was, in my opinion, the right call, but then again, was I fully healed? I was fully healed in this. So honestly, that was just a really good play on Hela's end. She hit me in the air. I went from 250 to 175. If I capitalized on her and she didn't see me, this actually would have been a pretty free pick. So we come back again. We hit the same rollout. Flies me across the map. I'm right back in the fight. I think one thing to point out with how quickly Spider-Man can navigate on so many maps as well, it's honestly very beneficial, especially if you're like halfway through the map, to sometimes trade picks. Most of the time, Spider-Man can get back to the fight way quicker than most other characters. And so even if you die, if you can secure a pick, you're probably going to be able to re-engage and help your team out again, and maybe even grief the person coming back before they even have a chance to get back to their team. When we stick to the wall, I instantly see Raccoon's beacon here. Spider-Man, although it's not very easy to get to these things most of the time because you have, like, if they're being guarded, a lot of hit scan characters can shoot these out easily. Spider-Man is able to go look for them for free, if that makes sense. You can look for where the Raccoon is hiding it. So we immediately prioritize this. We take this out. This is going to make our fight that we're about to take on much easier. And I tried to get back to height. I climb up. I utilize the rooftops. We get up top, and I see Hela burning ult. Now, immediately, I know that they're heavily engaged, and so I know someone or a couple of people must be hanging out back here that might be free. I see Namor rotating around. he looks very isolated. He looks out of position. He doesn't have a lot of mobility. And so I do prioritize to go for them. I hit him with a couple of stickies here, because if you can hit a couple of stickies, it makes your dive in uppercut combo pretty much one shot. I go for it here. I hit the pull in, and Namor makes a really good play here. He hits his shield tool. It nullifies my uppercut. He's protected. He gets healed the moment he goes up. And so I break fight. Now, once he drops out of his shield, he's honestly still kind of like out of position. His tanks are behind point. I got Venom up in there in the mix. He is shielded though, so he kind of has to get out of there quickly. But Namor is kind of in La La Land. And so I'm like, I think it'd be smart to capitalize and try to ISO him out again. I go in, I hit an uppercut. I'm pretty sure I don't have my tracer yet. My sticky pull-in, I don't. I look for him some more. I hit some more pull-ins, some more uppercuts, and he's just getting heal pumped because their Venom had to dip out and their team was able to push up with the point. Immediately, I realized I can't get the pick. I honestly probably stuck around longer than a Spider-Man should. And so I zip right out and I just try to get to high ground again. This is a good point to prove that Spider-Man, although I disengaged out with my mobility tool, doesn't mean I need to necessarily completely disengage from the whole fight. I immediately took height with my swing and I'm right back on top of what could be their backline. My Venom immediately dives on their Hela. He's making that calm and I need to go. She's tethered in. I go in here. I hit a sticky. I hit an uppercut. And this is where Cloak is extremely difficult to deal with. She has her bubble. The moment I see that bubble, I need to go. But unfortunately, I make the mistake. I'm very ego-like. I wanted to kill this Hela. I knew I already had her uppercutted. I thought I could kill her with my ultimate through this bubble, but unfortunately, I just end up wasting it. She ends up burning out as well, and Magneto gets stunned. Venom's in there, but I'm pretty much fresh out of util, so I need to bounce. The moment I disengaged, I re-engaged just like I did last time by going straight to height, and I can see this Hela is still weak, and she's with a Rocket Raccoon alone back there. Now, I don't have my Venom to go with me, and this is only once again proving why Spider-Man struggles in scenarios where he has to go by himself. Hela is kind of free to just surveil the battlefield, and what seems like a decently free attack here, she dices me up and I have to just kind of disengage completely. So once I disengage though, I immediately had my Venom tell me he was diving their backline to Hela and Raccoon, who just pieced me up, but I'm fully healed now. And he lands here to the left of my screen. The moment I see him go in, Raccoon is a free pick. So I dive with him. Raccoon is out of position. I hit a nice sticky here. I pull in, I go for the uppercut, and I'm pretty sure Venom or someone else took him out, but we absolutely destroyed the Raccoon here. So once I hit that, I'm not full health. I immediately dive to a health pack and we're ready to re-engage again. Venom's still in there. Cloak bubble just went up, so we know she's fresh out of util there. And this is just kind of a mosh pit of enemies, but Venom's in there. Venom's keeping the attention away. This is a free time to get in and do some big damage. So I sticky the Hela. Hela gets away. Now I know that Hela flew away, but this is the beauty of Spider-Man, is that he can hunt down at extreme speeds. And so I immediately dash at her. I go for some stickies and I hit the stick. I know there's a health pack in here though, so I'm a little weary, but I wanted to break this scenario down because we capitalize on it later in the game, but right now, I mean, you'll see. I hit the sticky and I go for the pull-in here. We go in for the pull-in. A lot of people fear and doors of Spider-Man because they think he needs to be able to get out quick, but I go for the uppercut because it's AoE. I don't need to directly land that attack. I just need to go by her and I can capitalize on that damage. It was successful. We had the pull-in, we had the uppercut, and I immediately go for another tracer, but she starts using Hela util, which is honestly fairly good in close quarters. She goes for her darts. I hit her with some more punches, another sticky, and then she uses her stagger ability, which stunned me, and it kind of like pulls me away from her. So I lost my spacing. I end up getting killed by her, but the concept of capitalizing on close range damage with Spider-Man was there, and you'll see it in a later engagement where it can really shine. Hit the nice rollout again. Retaking height immediately, and we already got some people sitting in the back line. Now I tried to be a bit more patient here. I'm waiting on Venom, who's right next to me, and we saw Namor use his util, so I actually made the call to jump on Namor. He no longer has his protection. We should definitely capitalize on him. Now I don't know if that is the best play, like I said, Raccoon's right there as well, but it was something that in my opinion was considered free. So we dice him up, Venom goes in, I go in for the instant dash, uppercut, and we get the pick. I mean, Two people attacking a guy at the same time. I really don't know how much a healer really even matters at that point. We exploded him. But once we got the pick on the Namor, which now looks like it was the right call, we called out the Raccoon. We need to pick off the healers now one by one. The rest of their team is in front on point engaging. And so this is free for me and Venom. We go in for the Raccoon. I go for another sticky. He gets away. I'm chasing him down like the little rat he is. I dash in. Hit a little uppercut. It starts getting messy here. I'm going to be real. There was cloak bubble. People are getting healed again. And I think I disengage here. And I'm pretty sure my Venom looks to get out as well. He is backing up. I think something to learn from that is just knowing when to get in and get out with Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a literal nuke. Once you explode, if the people around you aren't dead, then you need to get out because you're just going to explode again. And it's going to be you exploding. Like, you're going to be dead. So I'm looking to take height again here. I'm kind of trying to be really patient with it. We see people are engaged up front. I'm pretty sure I hear Hela wisping some arrows. So I go for an attack on her. Thor's pretty weak. We go for an uppercut. She hits her ult. And I immediately look to disengage because Hela is in the air. But she's got her focus down the battlefield. And I end up landing on a Raccoon. She does have a cloak near him. And so I choose to disengage because I know she's probably going to get bubbled. They're probably going to focus me. I'll probably die here. And I'm finding another res beacon. We take this out. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the most beautiful Spider-Man plays I've made close range on an enemy before that I'm excited to show off. We see Hela going for the health pack again. She popped her ult. She disengaged after her ult and she was probably weak because she popped it because she was low health. I immediately go for a sticky here. I miss it. But there's no need to fear because Spider-Man is here. So immediately we're going to dash in here and we're going to do the drive-by uppercut. I'm going to hit this for free no matter what. And it's going to be good because she's on her way out here. So I dash all the way in. I hit the uppercut. We get some free damage. Wish I hit the tracer. She'd be even weaker. And immediately I broke a line of sight. I can re-engage for a pokey little sticky. I'm going to try to stick her again. I go for the stick. She's a lot further to my right than I thought she was going to be. So I go for the stick and I immediately bail into cover here. Now I hit the double jump to try to dodge some of her darts that she's about to throw at me. And immediately as soon as she walks in, I hit a quick mirror. A mirror strafe on her. I hit her with a quick sticky. And this is where most Spider-Man mains have a lot of options, but oftentimes mess this up. Hela is hit scan. All she has to do is click you. And so you want to be breaking her camera as much as possible. Some people might go for another uppercut right now immediately. Leaves you vulnerable. You're in her line of sight. Some people will go for some more punches. Once again, in her line of sight, that is a much slower option. So what I do here, I hit the sticky. And now I have the free pull-in, which is just aimbot. Like I don't even need to aim it. I just need to click the button and I'm going to her. I instead use the mobility to dash past her, which is going to break her camera. She, once again, hit me, which is why I'm suggesting we dash past her. I was one bullet away from getting killed here. We dash past her and I instantly activate the pull-in. And from behind, she's not even looking at me right now. We pull in. She's still turning around, uppercut, and she's already dead. She never even knew what hit her. And it looks so cinematic when you play it in real time. I'm going to play this through. Boom. Sticky. Drive past her. Uppercut from the behind. And she's gone. Flawless. That is Spider-Man to a T right there. It was flashy and it was perfect. It was just so good, man. Oh God, I love that. So immediately I look to re-engage with my team. And when I get back here, we got a cloak bubble on point, which is just kind of a mess. Everyone's getting pumped here. Our Strange went down. We got cloak in the front. We go a little bit more forward. We can see Rocket Raccoon is here on the left and people are just getting healed. Now I go in and I try to ISO out the cloak, but she immediately dives to her bubble. Because I couldn't hit that, I went in, hit a quick uppercut to stagger things up. But immediately I noticed the cloak bubble went down. And we're down a Strange right now, so a pick could really turn the tides of this battle. It could really even out the player numbers. And so I choose to initiate an ultimate. We end up getting the pick on the cloak here. And I instantly go for the Raccoon after because we got one healer down. If this Raccoon dies, it is GG. We're going to be able to wrap up this fight quite nicely. I hit the sticky on the Raccoon. We hit a nice pull-in. We do an uppercut. He's running for the health pack. We immediately hit him with another tracer and a quick punch right before he gets it, and Raccoon is gone. So now we know they got at most 1, maybe 2 DPS. I'm pretty sure they only have 1 DPS up in both their tanks. We're going to swing back up here. We're going to look to re-engage. We got Magneto. At this point, it's now tank beater time. And this is where I like to utilize some of the long plink combos I've talked about in the guides that I've made before this. If you guys haven't checked those out, I would definitely recommend it. But this is basically going to be an animation cancel for an overhead slam that you can initiate looking anywhere, into an uppercut, into a tracer, into a sticky pull-in, into another uppercut, I'm pretty sure, and then just beating on the tanks to finish them up here. So we go for the long plink, uppercut, animation cancel, pull in, we go for another uppercut, we get a massive tank beater combo on that Magneto. He gets punished, he's out of there. Next up, I'm looking for the Thor here, and I'm pretty sure I go for the same thing. I get in there, uppercut, GG. Overtime's over, and we've secured the round. It was 10-4 with Spider-Man. Not the greatest round, but I feel like technically I played that really well with my Venom, and we didn't get a ton of picks, but we got a lot of picks that mattered. And you guys can see here I have a 47% accuracy rate with my web clusters. I honestly feel like hopping in the practice range and really just learning the velocity of your web clusters is important. Obviously, it'd be nice to have above 50% or even 60% web cluster accuracy. I really do think web cluster accuracy really dictates how punishing you will effectively be when diving in very make or break moments. When you got a Venom and you got one shot to capitalize, you gotta hit that sticky, you got to maximize your damage. Now, one thing I will say there, and one of my viewers actually pointed it out, is that I didn't make nearly as much use out of my symbiote team up ability as I probably should have in that first round. I probably let a couple kills slide, and that's because I'm just so used to never having a Venom on my team. I'm very in tune with just Spider-Man's base combos and not using the symbiote. But in this round, I was made aware and I made a much more conscious effort to utilize it. And I think you'll see some more combos that do utilize the team up. But it's kind of nice because in the first half of this video, you guys got to see me utilize Spider-Man without team up ability. And then this half, you'll see what I could do with the team up ability. So immediately right here with Spider-Man, I always like to engage with a web swing out. And so I immediately grab for roof and I hit a nice big roundabout. This is a little bit dangerous, to be honest, because this Hello is in a great position to kill me. But I immediately see here, and I don't think she was exactly expecting me. And so I go for a quick couple of stickies. We're here with two tracers. Two tracers is a really free way to secure kills. The moment you start racking those stickies up, the easier the rest of the combo will be. And so we immediately go for a pull-in. We hit an uppercut, and I hit her with a sticky, and then the symbiote combo to finish her off. The freest, fastest pick I think I've ever seen off the start of a round. It was... She's gone, and then we're out of there. So I immediately disengaged, but the moment I disengaged, I don't know if you saw that right there. I disengaged backwards. I see Venom flying past my face to get in there. So I hit a bunny hop, and I immediately turn around to re-engage with my Venom. The moment Venom gets in there, this is prime Spider-Man time. Nobody's gonna be looking at you. You can go for some free picks. So I dive on one of the people he has tethered. He's going for the Scarlet Witch, but Scarlet is kind of annoying to deal with this Spider-Man. So I'm like, this is a free opportunity to ISO out Mantis. We go for a couple stickies, go for an uppercut. I try to get another sticky, I miss it. Now she does get away, and this is where it starts to get a little bit ugly because she's running back to her team. But the focus, once again, this is why it's so important that you have someone diving with you. The Venom is pulling all the attention. Nobody's looking back to heal their Mantis. They honestly probably don't even know Mantis is getting attacked. And I haven't used my pull-in ability, which is what's so important to save a Spider-Man. I'm utilizing my movement and my uppercut, my base uppercuts and stickies to maximize damage, to be able to follow through with the actual pull-in when I can actually secure the kill. So we go for another sticky. I go for another drive-by uppercut. I still don't get the kill. Scarlet Witch is coming to grief me now. I hit a sticky. And this is why, like I said, it's so important to save it, because now people are starting to look at me. I save the pull-in, we go in, we hit the uppercut, and we get the finish on Mantis, and I'm officially out. I'm off the scene. I go for a quick health pack, and this is why I said Scarlet's a pain in the butt. She's chasing me down. We get a nice heal orb here, and Venom's still in there, so I look to re-engage. I shoot a sticky. I see Scarlet Witch trying to flank behind. She's now severely mispositioned. I try to capitalize and jump her, but my boy Legend is already on it. We get a sticky in, we get the assist. We've secured the pick. Now this isn't really nice because I have a Venom or someone to really take the attention away from the rest of the team, but how can you play Spider-Man in these situations effectively if you didn't have, you know, someone working hand in hand with you like that? I think it ultimately comes down to space, timing, patience, off angles, positioning, and the pressure that your team is dealing. In these scenarios, I'm able to constantly get into action because my teammate is choosing to get into the action. In these other scenarios, I'd be lurking the rooftops a little bit longer. I'd be watching my team to see how much they're pressuring and engaging and how much attention they're really diverting from the backline. A lot of times I'd probably be going in for some drive-by uppercuts to bait out utility in advance for when I do fully engage. And like I said, just the angles that you take, getting in good positions of height, getting behind the enemy, being able to wait and put yourself in a good position to pounce without the enemy expecting you to be there. If you just swing head on into the absolute mosh pit that's going on, everyone sees you fly over their head, inevitably it's going to turn somebody's head and it's going to bring attention to you. Being able to be really assassin-like is key as Spider-Man. And so this is a good example of that. I'm lurking on the outskirts here and I'm trying to take some off angles to capitalize on a Hela who is lurking up top. Now I think in this fight I show off some pretty decent Spider-Man mind games that you guys should keep in mind here. I go for a sticky and she immediately notices me. Now, most people hit the sticky and they instantly go for the pull-in. But once again, like we talked about in that other fight, Hela is a major counter to Spider-Man. All she has to do is look at you and click you. And it's pretty easy to do when you're pulling into her at a direct, like in her direct field of view. So we hit the sticky and I immediately am like, okay, I need to take some cover here. Now, I could choose to head-on-head initiate with her, but the pull-in is free. And so what do? I see her coming to the right, and I hit a quick dash to go behind her. Immediately from there, we do a quick pull-in, and she never expects it. She didn't know what's going on right now. So we hit the pull-in, we hit the uppercut, but I am 82 HP. And so I go for the symbiote, and I dash to get out at the same time. It was actually coincidental that I ended up dashing through this window. It looks super cinematic, but I hit the symbiote trying to secure the kill. I couldn't quite get it. I got out and I'm looking to get back to my team to heal. I'll play that one more time back in real time just so you guys can see it fully play out. Sticky. Oh God, we took damage. Maybe we do a bit more. Re-engage. Uppercut. Symbiote. We're out the window. Let's get back to my team here. So now I'm waiting on Venom's call. Venom says he's getting in there. He dives. He called out the healers. And so I'm going for the Mantis who is tethered. And we get the we get the sticky, the pull-in, the uppercut, and she's now dead. Immediately, I'm like, let's get out again. Don't need to stick around longer than I need to. Venom has his out. Immediately though, once I'm out, we can see that their tanks are pretty outpositioned. They do have the healing orb, which they've already seemingly worked past. Their DPS and other healer is occupied by our Venom down in the right-hand corner. They're being held inside. And so since their tanks are out of position, I thought it'd be a good idea to get in there and try to immediately support and deal some damage. I'm always hesitant to go in on tanks, but we see he's weak. We go in, quick uppercut, and we've secured the pick. We're now helping our Venom clean up teammates. We're ISOing out the Thor, and the team is now pretty much officially wiped. They got the Scarlet Witch. This is an easy pick. And they said she was weak. Once again, Spider-Man is a bomb, bro. He is a bomb. You don't need a sticky here. There's so many situations where you can finish off picks extremely quickly. We immediately dash in. I don't even need to see her here. We hit the uppercut and we stop her before she's able to engage with that health pack. I'm actually gonna play back my teammate's audio here just so you can hear this. Right. So my teammate Milty, he yells out, "They took heart from us. They took heart from us. We know nobody else is really alive." Right.
They took
so we're looking.
Wanda.
And my teammate is yelling out, Wanda, 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 Wanda.
Wanda.
I immediately look for her. She's flying to get off the scene, and I dash past her. Uppercut. No health pack for you. That is team wipe, and we've secured the point. I'm pretty sure this is the end of the game here. We hold in. I was getting ready to burn my ultimate to make a big play, but that was it. And so we finished up. We went 18-4. Pretty in line with my Venom. We were really working together all game. It was just kind of a good showcase of like how to work with your team as a Spider-Man. I think it's all too often that Spider-Mans try to just get in there and solo destroy people when, in all fairness, he is a very squishy character and it's not exactly going to be an easy task to do that. If it was, a lot more Spider-Mans would exist. This was a diamond lobby, so there was some bans. I don't think Hela was banned because we saw in that game, but we did have a Hawkeye ban, which was another serious pain in the butt for Spider-Man. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to commentate throughout the whole game and give you a play-by-play from moment to moment, what I was thinking, cool rollouts, and just stuff I do on the daily with Spider-Man. I do stream every day on Twitch, and we are currently trying to get to Grandmaster. It's been a journey playing ranked. Like I said, this is my first hero shooter. I don't have the most experience when it comes to being good at hero shooters and the nuanced time and spacing of everything that goes on, but I think mechanically I am pretty sound with Spider-Man, and we're only gonna improve and learn every day. So if you guys wanna be a part of that journey, like I said, link to my Twitch in the description. Subscribe if you guys wanna see more here on the YouTube channel, and turn on notifications if you guys never wanna miss the video. So thank you for all the new subscribers here on YouTube as well. It means a lot. I appreciate the support here on the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let me know what character you'd like to see me do a play-by-play for next, and maybe it'll be your character that you main. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. Keep up, stay up. Peace out.